Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here we go. We have the Secrets of Strixhaven booster box. It is the day after release. I just got back from pre-release. So let's get into the box and see if we can pull some good stuff. I know everybody's super hyped about the Mystical Archives, and that is basically the major appeal of the set. But they did a good job this time because they put a lot of really solid playable cards in this set. Even the commons and uncommons are great. We just played pre-release. That was a lot of fun. We got another one coming up tomorrow. I will be doing a video report on how that went. All right, what do we got here? Secret layer. They want you to buy secret layers, and we got archetypes. Okay, cool. And look at this. 30 packs of Strixhaven. Should we go? We'll go in order from right to left. So anybody who thinks that boxes come in an order can check that for themselves. All right, we're obviously looking for Mystical Archives hits. They did lower the hit rate compared to the previous Strixhaven set. So instead of like 1 out of 3 packs being a rare or a mythic, it's now 1 out of 8. So from what I can tell from what people have been opening, it's going to be around 3 or 4 rares / 3 rares and a mythic, 2 rares and a mythic per box. So we're gonna have to get lucky if we want to get some of the really nice Mystical Archive stuff. Otherwise, a lot of great pulls in the set. Really hype right now. Probably a lot of it is going to have some good resale value to start with. But we might want to see where prices settle on some things before we start selling cards back. Anyway, we're going to get into it. We're going to try and keep the video under half an hour, around half an hour. And if there's any cards you're like, oh, look at, like, I'm probably going to go through it pretty quick. So just pause the video, read the text box if you need to. And we'll focus more on like rares and mythics and stuff like that. Anyway, let's get started. So yeah, just came back from a pre-release event. It was a lot of fun. Don't want to spoil too many things, but I did get Armageddon in a game, so hey, what are you gonna do? All right, I do kind of want to sort these. So let's see, Wooburg, blue, red. I'm not gonna have enough room up here in this corner. Let me find out how green in this corner, green, red. Set this up a little better. All right, and then I'm gonna need room for my lands and colors. All right, anyway, there we go, black. Getting it lined up here, and we'll go much faster once we're all set up. We got multicolor, right? And then we'll have colorless, and we'll have lands, and then we'll have like hits somewhere maybe. All right, so another multicolor, and white. All right, we filled that out. All right. Now I'm going to try and go through them more or less quickly, but we start with the Grave Researcher with the Reanimate. Very good card. So very cool. Nice rare to start with. That goes in the black pile. And a Pongify. So we start with a rare Mystical Archive. This is obviously one of the less, this was like upshifted in rarity, but it's still a good card. I do need more copies of it, so I'm not sad about that. So there you go. Pongify is our first Mystical Archive, and it is a rare, so I don't expect more than 3 or 4 total for the box, but we'll do a little roundup at the end. So we'll do Mystical Archives down here, I guess. Foils, lands, tokens, something like that. Okay, next pack. There's no each row, so it looks like the colors of the packs are mixed up. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see how that goes. But obviously they don't want to. We're not going to assume that any sort of pack color has certain hits or anything in them, right? Like, we're not that tinfoil hat. Homesickness, Garrison Excavator, Essence Knit Scholar. Oh, a flashback. Yay, I wanted a flashback. First rare of the box, second pack, one of the cards that ticks off my bingo card. We wanted a flashback that's going straight in RAL. Yay. I do say, for anybody who disagrees with me, comment about it, however you want to argue about it, but missed opportunity cost. How does flashback not have flashback? Well, I'm just saying. We've got a bulk up Mystical Archive. And a foil Prismari Charm. That's pretty cool. It's not going to be like huge value, but like nice to hit foils of cards we're definitely going to play with a lot. So there you go. And a foil Titan's Grave. I guess we'll put the foils in the foil pile, right? And then tokens. Okay. I think Pongify will go in the hit pile as well, because that is a good rare Mystical Archive. All right. Getting a little rhythm going. We'll get there. I don't know how good of a hit flashback is. It's just something I definitely really wanted. I'm going to open another box. I did manage to order a box from Card Kingdom. We were talking about doing Edge of Eternities earlier, and I haven't seen them restock it, but I know that this set is hype. I do want to open more than one box if I can. They had some on there, $145 a box. So I ordered a box on my store credit, plus tax and shipping account, like $165 for a box of Strixhaven. So we're hoping that in 2 weeks when it gets here and we open that box, there's going to be some bangers and we're going to be able to sort of make up for the value of what we paid for it. But we'll see. We'll see what Strixhaven hype is like for the next couple weeks and how it carries on. Anyway, speaking of carrying on, let's keep moving with these. There are some uncommons I need to keep an eye out for that I definitely am interested in hitting. Plus, I haven't really thoroughly looked through like the whole set, so I'm not sure what is amazing, but I have seen there are some very strong looking uncommons, and there's a couple that I definitely want, but we'll see. All right, anyway. Hardened Academic, Flying Haste, discarded cards. Creature gets lifelink until end of turn. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So this is a good Boros card for Boros aggro. I would like to see some aggro decks back in the format that are like creature attack, but we'll see. We'll see how this card ends up playing. We got a Repel Calamity. Okay, not fabulous. And a foil Pursue the Past. Paradox Gardens and a Fractal. All right. Next pack. Where are we at? 6.5 minutes, and we will start moving faster. And like I said, if I see one of the uncommons that I'm really looking for, oh, I know, and like commons, like Seize the Spoils is in this set, so we do want to open some Seize the Spoils. Super, playable like commander cards that you want to keep a hold of. And I saw there was a Silver Quill. I don't know, it was a common or an uncommon. It was a great card that one of my opponents was playing against me earlier in the pre-release. Okay, not these ones though. Steal the Show. This is a fun card, right? Choose one or both. Target player discards any number of cards, then draws that many cards. Steal the Show deals damage equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard to target creature or planeswalker. So not bad. Probably we're going to choose both a lot of the time, right? Got a Knockout Maneuver from the Mystical Archives. And Zamone's Experiment. A Full Art Forest. Nice. I'll go there. All right. Cruising now. Starting to get through them. So yeah, some of these cards are interesting, like Steal the Show, where you really want to look at it. Other ones, like not a lot is going on. That's really super important to go over. And then on other cards, we're just going to be like, ooh, let's look at this for a minute. Because, Okay, so this is a card I wanted, right? Yeah, this is going to go on my like Life Drain deck of all the black creatures that like lose one, game one, stuff like that. This will be a fun card. Biblioplex Tome Keeper. Can prepare and unprepare stuff. All right, let's see here. Rapturous, this is a fun card. Played that. Oh, Emeritus of Conflict. We got the Lightning Bolt Emeritus. So he's a 2-drop, 2/2 with First Strike. And they're like, oh, it's going to be like hard to turn on the Lightning Bolt. Whenever you cast your third spell each turn, this creature becomes prepared. So if you're in like a Stormy deck, you get this guy down on turn 2. On turn 3, you might not have enough mana to do it anyway, but like on a turn where you're going to cast 3 spells, like you're gonna have 1 mana, 2 mana spells, and this is whenever you cast your third spell, so it doesn't even say instants and sorceries, right? So you can do like 1 mana creature, 0 mana artifact, something, bolt, right? So this card should be fun. I'm imagining it's gonna see some play in Standard. Anyway, we're gonna put that in the hit pile for sure. I'm not sure if Steal the Show's a hit, but we'll figure it out later. Deduce, the second least exciting Mystical Archive. I think Hop to it, in my opinion, is probably one of the least exciting. But we will see. We will rank as we go. Can we get less exciting than Hop to it and Deduce? Maybe Knockout Maneuver was that guy. I don't know. All right, Old Growth Educator and Plains. All right, keep it moving. So we're 10 minutes in. I want to speed this up a little bit. I know I took a few minutes at the beginning, so we're going to be okay. Rapier Wit, Landscape Painter, Strife Scholar, Pest Mascot, Lorehold Charm. We're getting the charms. The Leech Collector. Okay, Sinar. We're going to build a little commander deck around this guy, so that's great. Wanted one of those. Harmonized Trio. Excuse me. We got the Brainstorm Merfolk. Okay, I'm not sure how exciting this card is, but we'll see. It's a 1-drop. It's a Merfolk. It'll probably get some play. Ooh, we got the Full Art Deathcap Glade. That'll go in the Necro Bloom deck, most likely. There's a hop to it. Okay, so we've got like we've already got all the least exciting mystical archives. Can we go up from here? Let's find out. Oh, yes we can. A foil Return the Favor. I was hoping to get a couple of Return the Favors. So foil one, that is super sick. We're gonna call that a hit and put that directly into the RL deck. Land, tokeny things. All right. So one row, still in the first row. Count it, one rare mystical R5. Wander off. We like cards that say exile. When I build my budget commander decks, I always put over like a 3-mana destroy creature spell. We'll kind of put 4-mana exile creature spells, because a lot of the creatures that you're trying to deal with in Commander, they might be indestructible, but you just want to get rid of them, right? Another Sinar. Another flashback. If we're going to get duplication, like cards like this, I'm like happy about it. That's so sick. We got 2 flashbacks. Now we'll put, oh, and an Emeritus. So we've got 2 Emeritus. We got the red one and the white one now. This is the one with Swords to Plowshares. Sick. Let's go. That's got to be a hit. Feed the Swarm. More exciting than the shitty ones, so not too bad. All right, Mindful Biomancer in the foil. And a foil plains and a token. Okay. Well, getting some pretty cards in the pile. There could be 2 flashbacks there, but it's over here somewhere. Melancholic Poet. So we're going to have plenty of these. I would imagine some of these commons and uncommons are going to be 50 cents to $1 because a lot of them have a lot of uses. So keep an eye out if you're opening a lot of this set. Because if you end up stacking a bunch of these up and you're not going to use them, you can like sell them back to places like Card Kingdom at like 50 cents each. And like, 100 of those cards get you $50. Buy something that you weren't going to have before. There's that Archaic. I do like the art on this. It looks foily, but it's not. It's literally just the rainbow. Really cool art. And if you look at the full art that extends below the card, you see like his foot and everything going on. It's pretty cool. Additive Evolution. A Rabbit Attack. Okay, a Stirring Hope Singer. Flying Lifelink. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Hello. That's going to be fun. Got a Burst Lightning. More exciting. Teacher's Pest and foil. Land and thing. All right, we're not doing too bad, guys. We're not doing too bad. Dig Site Inventory. Hydro Channeler. I still haven't seen that Killian card that was doing work against me in the pre-release. I'll point it out when I find it. Imperious Ink Mage. Let's see. It goes there. Silver Quill Charm. I think we hit one of those already. Wisdom of the... Another card I wanted to hit. This is probably like a 50-cent card. This is the thing. Like, out of all the cards I really want to hit and don't want to have to buy, some of them aren't going to be very valuable. But this is just such a fun card. Look, return all instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. You could, yeah, I don't know. I love big, splashy blue and red spells. I am an Izzet Mage, and this card is awesome. There you go. Double rare pack. We got the Geometer's Arthropod. It's the little baby crab. Whenever you cast a spell with X in its mana cost, look at the top X cards of your library. Put one of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Another cute little guy. All right, our hits are... I don't think Wisdom of the Ages is a hit, but our hits are kind of growing out along. So I'll put this guy over here. Speaking of hits, we got a Mythic Mystical Archive. So that's probably our one for the box. We got a Triumph of the Hordes. Maybe like a $10, $15 card. Very, very cool. Not the biggest hit, but we did hit a Mythic, so we now got 1 rare and 1 Mythic in our first row. We might be ahead of schedule on these hits, but we will see. Beautiful. Triumph of the Hordes, definitely a hit. Definitely a hit. Very cool. All right, so that's that. Foil, token, land. Last pack of the first row. All right, Wander Off. That's the exile spell. Bibliopex, Prismari Charm. We got a foil one of those, winning. Okay, Scorn Mage. Then we got another Deathcap Blade. Well, we need to put some cards like this in the Necrobloom deck. He needs lots of lands because he thinks he's the Field of the Dead. So that'll be fine. And a Locust Spray in the... Let's put that there. It's not really... It's probably like $1.50, the Deathcap Blade, but, playable. Locust Spray in the Mystical Archives, good card. Stadium Tide Mage and foil, and the land, and the token. All right, second row. Let's get this box out of the way. Put the third row over there, second row over. It's so weird looking at like a pack of like, or a stack of mixed sort of identity colors. It's very interesting. Okay, let's, row number 1. We do a best hit out of the hits. I think it's Triumph of the Hordes. Pretty sure it's Triumph of the Hordes. So there's row number 1 hits. Okay. Can we do better in row number 2? I think it's going to be difficult. We might have been front-loaded in this box. Okay, Essence Scatter, Unsubtle Mockery, Visionary Dance. We got a special guest, Andrix and Nev, the Twin Casters. Ward 2, if one or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. So it's a token doubler. Very cool. Probably some good uses. That's probably a hit. Might be a couple bucks, but there are other versions of this card, things that do that, but that's the special guest. I was really hoping to hit a special guest of a Dual Caster Mage. Like I said, I don't know what the value is on these things. It's just rather than having to buy it, they're kind of nice to hit. So now, though, we've hit a lot of cool cards. I would like to go up on value and hit some of the big hitters in the set would be really nice. The Lorehold Charm. I think we're only missing Quandrix now. Let's see. Leech Collector, Ambitious Augmenter, Turtle Wizard, Increment. Increment's fun. He's a 1-drop. When he dies, if it had one or more counters on it, created 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token, then put that counters on the token. Okay, not too bad. So hard to remove, or you get something for it. We got the Darien. Reminds me of it. Probably not even close. But what was that card from? I think Gate Crash. It was like a Selesnya creature that made elemental tokens when it died. Anyway, there you go. There we go. Professor Darien fell. I'm not sure how much of a hit it is, but it is a mythic. It's cool. It's a 4-ability Planeswalker. We'll talk more about that in the future when I've got more time, but right now, let's just knock through these. We got a Helping Hand, a Wilt in the Heat. Okay. Moving on swiftly. So there you go. Darien fell. +2, gain 3 life. 0, draw a card and lose a life. -3, destroy a creature. -6, you get an emblem. Whenever you gain that much life, target opponent loses that much life. Starts with 5 loyalty. For a 4-mana Planeswalker, that's pretty good. Pretty good looking card. Here we go. Through the commons. It's funny, I'm seeing like a lot of duplication amongst the commons and uncommons, which is interesting because I'm sure it's a pretty big set. This is number 242. So there's a lot of cards in here. We got a Tam. We got a worse Tameo. There you go. Abstract Paint Mage. And Sundering Archaic. And Berta. Berta's one of the hype cards to like build in Commander, I think. You can do interesting stuff. See, whenever you put a counter on it, one or more counters on it, add a mana of any color. But if you can do a counter in individual instances, it will do individual, adding mana. So interesting. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this card. We will work on making a deck around that later. But there you go. We got a Berta. We got a Royal Treatment. Don't feel very royal. And Arnon. This is a card I wanted to open for that Life Drain deck with all the Blood Arts effects. And look at that. We got a foil. Sick. Okay. Again, cards that don't cost much money, but easy to just put in your hand. Excited about that. I don't think she's the commander of the deck. I think maybe it's Southwind Avatar I'm thinking about, or I'm still not sure if I want to be in more than one color. But there you go. We're getting the fun cards. We're going to be an Inkling Mascot. We're going to be able to... a Page. I wanted a Page. Page is going to be great in Standard, I think. If you can go Page on turn 2, into Loot on turn 3, into 8 or 9 mana spell on turn 4. Going to be a lot of fun. Okay, we got a Bleck. Also Bleck, super fun. Card to build around, perfect for Commander. Yay. I'm not sure how big Bleck's going to be in Standard or if he's a high value card, but look at this, a 3-mana 3/4 that just grows and grows and grows the team. So very cool. Bleck's kind of a hit. An emotional hit, right? Sleight of Hand, good, we need some of these. So not super exciting. We got a rare foil Informed Inkwright with Repartee. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature, create an Inkling. That's not bad for a 2-drop. It's kind of like poops out tokens. I had a Jeskai token deck that this would probably go in, but I kind of broke it back down. We will see. Maybe it goes in there. Don't think it's a hit. We'll put that over there. And a foil forest, that's nice. Foil full art forest. All right. I'm a little behind schedule, so I need to pick up the pace. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Stress Stream, Healer, Silver Quill Charm, Post-Mortem Professor. This creature can't block. Whenever this creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So this will go in that deck. Beautiful. It's building itself. Very cool. No, I don't think it's a hit. Pick your poison. Definitely not a hit. Rancorous Archaic. Not it. Okay, moving along. About halfway through the second row here. I think this is like the 5th pack. Okay. Mindful. Quick Study. I think that's the first one of those we've seen. Lots of multicolor. Rabbit Attack. We got the Color Storm Stallion. This is a fun card. Look, whenever you cast this, if you spend 5 or more mana on a spell once it's on the battlefield, you make copies of this. So that could get nuts. A lot of fun. Going to do some stuff with that as well, but I don't think it's a hit. We got a Stargaze. Probably one of the cards I've been worried the most about seeing, which, you know, haven't seen a lot of it. But another one of those Mystical Archives. I'm just like, don't know why they put that in here. Wait, there you go. I'm assuming it's because it was starting to become worth like a couple of bucks. Usually it seems like they do that with the cards in the Mystical Archive. It's a really good opportunity to put every common and uncommon that needs a reprint, like especially like a heavy reprint. So who knows? We got a Lewin. It's the first Lewin. People are excited about Lewin. Tester of the Tangent. We got an Abigail. We got a Ral. Let's go. We hit the mythics in this box. That's not a bad one. Raul Zarek, guest lecturer. It was interesting that they took 2 Planeswalkers in this set and they put 4 abilities on each one, and it's a 3 mana and a 4 mana. Like, they're definitely power creeping Planeswalkers now, and they still don't feel amazing. Oh, here we go. We got the Smallpox. I don't know how big of a hit this is for the Mystical Archive. It's a rare. It's awesome art, though. Look at that with the Raven. And I know there are Pox players out there, so that just refuse to give up on that strategy. So, hey, maybe somebody will want it. Probably not a card I'm going to be playing, but hopefully it has some value and we can move it along. All right, the foil, the land, the tokens. So we are at 2 rares and 1 mythic for the Mystical Archive so far. Interesting. Like I said, I want to figure out what like the sort of distribution is overall in boxes, and obviously we're so far sample size of 1, but we'll figure it out. Splatter Technique, got one of those in my pre-release. Another Return the Favor, yay. That's one we don't mind duplicating. Like Stock Up, we haven't seen a Stock Up yet, so if we see a Stock Up, that'll be good. Okay, let's see here. We're just flying now. I'm just trying to get caught up with how far behind the 30-minute mark we're aiming for. Harmonized Trio, that's duplicate. Booplicate. We got to stock up. I mean, $4 or $5 card probably. By the time all these reprints are out, it's got to drop the price a little bit. But it is still in standard and it is still being played. And it will be played for probably its whole life in standard. It's just such a good card. So stock up always has some value. We're happy to see that. All right. Starting to get messy piles after this last pack here in this row. We will tidy up these piles. Diversion Equation's a good card. And the Pox Plague, so we got all the Pox cards. I'm not personally super excited about this card, but maybe some people would be. We'll see where it ends up, but I would imagine it's going to be like a bulk rare by the end of the time this set is coming out. Oh, and like double bulk rare pack, so there you go. Requisition Raid, Sundering Archaic, Foil Summit, Token. All right, last pack of the second row. Here we go. Something big and sexy, please. Another page. Another page. Quandrix Charm. There's all the charms, right? I think, oh, the tablet. I wanted the tablet. I think we need to see a lot of these. Tap 2, or tap for 2 mana for instant sorceries. Not a bad card, right? And where's that? Arc of Hunger. I want the loot. I got the Arc. Hopefully we get the loot before the box is over, but not too bad. I got a Disdainful Stroke. What am I looking at here? A foil. We got a foil Mystical Archive. Is it sick or is it Not so sick. It's red. It's, oh, I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh, that's going right into Doral. Look at that. I wanted a foil. I wanted a Jessica's Will in this treatment. And I mean, how can you just be like, oh, give me a foil? Well, they gave me a foil. That makes me a happy bunny. Look at that. Beautiful. Going straight in. Ooh, that's the hit of the box. I think it's probably like 50 for the foil, but we'll see. Something like that. I'm not selling it. I'm keeping this card. So that is 2 rows. We did get double mythic. One of them happened to be lucky foil mythic slot. But we've got a Triumph of the Hordes, which will go into a commander deck, I'm sure. And a Jessica's Will, which is going straight into my Ral deck. We need the loot for the Ral deck. That's the whole point. Like, I'm going to try and greed my way into some sort of, oh, I hit the camera, into some sort of Ral deck in CEDH where I can make that loot work. I'm not sure if the Arc of Hunger is a hit. Probably a hit, so we'll put that there. That's right. So we've got 2 rares and 2 mythics from the Mystical Archives. I think we're probably above rate. Maybe we get 1 more rare because that mythic was like an extra. All right, last row. Boom. Let's roll through these cards here. That's not that card. Another Lewin. Another Abigail. We get, like I said, we're getting some good duplication of like the uncommons that we wanted to see and stuff like that. Getting a lot of good cards in this box. Moseo, Vane's New Dean. This is the only Dean in the set, I think, right? Can't be bothered to read it. It's a lot of words. A Shared Roots. I would love to see a few of these pop up from my boxes because this is a great card. It was like a few dollars because of only the one printing. And it goes like in every green deck, in every deck that wants to ramp in Commander. So super happy about that. Almost would call it a hit. Almost. I mean, it probably is compared to like some of the cards in these stacks. Probably is a hit. I cannot believe we hit the foil J-Will. Oh, and a Caesar Spoil. It's like first one in the box, right? Like there you go. Starting to all the cards we want. I want to. Maybe I don't want to trade out. I don't know about how I feel about the art on that one. We'll figure it out. I was just happy to see new Caesar spoils printing, but I think I might like the other art better. A Suspend Aggression, exile target non-land permanent, and the top card of your library. For each of those cards, its owner may play them until the end of the next turn. Okay, interesting. Got a Monstrous Rage. End of the Hunt. So that's that. End of that pack. All right, nothing big. 27, 28. We're not doing too bad, guys. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're going. We're flying. All right. You should have seen everything you need to see by now. Kirill. That's the first time we've seen Kirill. There you go. Read it. Pause. Read it. There you go. Okay. Cauldron of Essence. This is a sick card. Blew me out in one of my games earlier, but hey, there you go. This is another one of those artifacts. Love it. Great card. That's probably a hit of some sort. Bitter Triumph. Useful. Pull from the grave. Land. Token. All right. Cauldron of Essence. Yeah, that guy killed all my shit earlier. It was not nice. Not nice of him. Antiquities on the Loose. Read it. I don't want to. There you go. Lorehold. Boom. Lorehold. We got the Lorehold Dragon. That's like a $12 card right now. We'll see how it holds up. If people start building sick decks around him in Commander, he will shoot up, so we're probably not going to sell Lorehold back for a while. But that is a double rare pack, and that's a hit. It's a mythic. And a Spell Pierce. Nice. Tisk Artist. All right. Lorehold is the hit of the row. We do it. Look at this box. It's got some. We got both the Planeswalkers. We got a foil Jessica's Will. I mean, this is like a pretty sick box. I'm definitely not complaining. Just throw a loot at me before the end of the box, and I'll be really... I mean, we hit as good of a mystical archive that we could hope. We hit double mythic, and we, they're both good. They're not the best ones, but they're very good. So I'm certainly quite happy about that. A Vastlands Scavenger. Okay, bind to life, mill 7 cards, then put a creature from among them onto the battlefield. Interesting. It is a 4/4 with Death Touch for 3, so that's a pretty cool card. I don't know if it's a hit. It ain't Lorehold. that's for sure. Repel Calamity and Encouraging Aviator. Foil land token. All right. Here we go. Tackle Artist back on top. Just, like I said, it is interesting, like how much, I mean, we're opening a lot of cards, but a lot. Oh, haven't seen a Mika yet, or a Micah, Reader of Ruins. Legendary Creature, Human Artificer. Okay. Okay. And a Germinating Practicum, our first Paradigm spell, and it's the one that puts counters on creatures, which I think this is going to go on my Necrobloom deck. I'm not sure, but pretty cool. So I was hoping to hit the red one. We've hit one so far out of the whole box. So maybe there's one more in the last few packs, but that is what we got. We got Empty the Warren, so there's another rare, upshifted rare, which I don't love. I have like 20 of this card in its various other versions that I've just accumulated over the years. So obviously when I decide to put this card in a deck, this will be the version that goes in, but I'm not on Empty the Warrens right now. Maybe if I was playing Storm again in Modern, who knows. Elite Interceptor. All right, we're coming to our last few packs now. We're almost there. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all watching. And like I said, 2 weeks, we're gonna have another box. We'll probably take our, this card is in this set. This is the first one we've seen this whole time. All right, interesting. They're like, it's the mythic rare common land. Yeah, like I said, 2 weeks, we'll be opening another one. Sky Coach Conductor, another card. I'm not sure about the value, but I wanted a couple copies of this. So there we go. We got one. It's probably going in the Azula deck to help blink her. Very cool. An Abrade, useful. That'll replace other versions of Abrade in other decks. A Wild Hypothesis. So yeah, see you guys in a couple weeks for that. In the meantime, like I said, we're going to make a video tomorrow on both of our 2 pre-release draft, or our pre-release like limited pools, and like how we went and how all that went. And yeah, so we'll see what else comes out in the near future, but that's what's planned so far. All right, many Archaics in this pack. Growth Curve, a Stormcarved Coast, not super valuable, but another as an Izzet Mage. Always need my blue-red lands. Duty Beyond Death. We got a rare foil behind this. So that's cool. Let's see. Get the foil Pox Plague. All right, I hope the thing is worth like 10 bucks so I can sell it before it becomes worthless, because not hugely excited about that card. But maybe people want it. I don't know. It just seems like a lot for a little. It's not, you know, it's like symmetrical, so it affects you as well. You feel like you'd want to be like way ahead on all resources when you cast it, but who knows? What do I know? I'm not a Pox player. And we got the smallpox to go with it. Maybe we can sell it as a package deal. Who knows? Brush off. Okay, Molten Core Maestro. This is the little guy. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. If 5 or more mana was spent, add an amount of red equal to this creature's power. Yeah, that seems kind of fun. We'll figure that out later. Got the bulk up and the foil. And a foil. All right. Land. What's this? Is foils. This is that. That goes there. Okay, last pack. Thank you everybody for watching. We did it in under 35 minutes. Not too bad, right? There you go. Make sure you like and subscribe so other people will see what's going on. Comment. Let me know what you pulled. Let me know what you're hoping to get. Let me know what you thought of all this shit. But either way, let's get the engagement up. Let's get people watching this channel and make sure everybody else is enjoying the entertainment that we enjoy. And the more subscribers, maybe one day we'll get monetized. Maybe we'll be able to bring in enough money to open collector's boosters and stuff like that. For the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate y'all for watching. Second Cauldron of Essence. Hop to it. And that is the box. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you. We got the Lorehold is the hit for the 3rd row. So there you go. And it looked like, I think, three rare Mystical Archives, 1 mythic Mystical Archive, and a very lucky mega hit. Foil Jessica's Will. How sick is that? All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Take care.